Hi, everyone. Welcome to another California Psychics Live. We are running live on Facebook and on YouTube, and I want to welcome everyone here. My name is Carly, and I will be your moderator for today, and I'm here with Psychic Marin. Hi, Marin. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. Thank you for having me again. I think it's going to be 3 times this month. We've got a lot of me, so.
Yes, we are on Marin Overload, and we love it.
Thank you.
So we have already a lot of questions coming in, but to anyone that this is their first time joining us, I'll kind of go over a little bit about what we do. So for the next 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, we'll be taking questions from the comments that come in on YouTube and on Facebook. In order to get your question picked, or a chance to get your question picked, like I said, we have a lot of people here, make sure you are using very specific questions. If you're talking about someone else, use their first name. It helps Marin get in contact with them faster, and we can get to as many people as possible. We can't answer any questions on health or legal matters, so please leave those out. I won't be able to choose those. And then for the last 15 to 20 minutes of the show, we'll be doing rapid fire card pulls. So you don't even have to ask a complete question. You could just say, I want a question on love. And if I choose you, then Marin will pull a card for you and interpret that card for you. And we get to so many people at that point. And again, you don't have to ask a full question. Maybe you don't want to say someone's name. So that time is for you. So we'll start off first with our questions that are coming in. Let's see which one is our first one. We're seeing, I have a lot of questions where they're just saying he's a Sagittarius. Make sure you use the person's first name, because I'll keep just picking ones with first names. Let's see. Charmin says, Jason hasn't come back yet. Will he come back to me and move out of Keisha's house?
Charmony, yes. Oh, hello there. How are you? Thanks for reaching out. Okay. Yes. This is still on track, girl. This is still on track. They're giving me May, and I know we've talked about all of these changes, but they're saying this is still on track, and he's looking. So by May, yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about this soon, but don't worry.
Nice. So I'm going to choose this one. We can only answer part of the question, but I figured we could answer her first question. Stephanie says, are me and Jaquel meant for each other? She does ask if they're going to have a baby together, but we can't answer any medical questions, and that one goes with medical. So Stephanie, first question.
Yes, but boy, I get a lot of, there's 2 stronger personalities that I'm seeing. And so what they're showing me is a lot of like this power struggle. And once you guys get a lot of that worked out, which is by the later part of this year, fall of this year, then the relationship just starts to diffuse and that intensity is gone. And now it's really compatible. So I definitely see this working out, and I see I can say a happy future with the 2 of you, with some of your goals being met. So I think that you will be very content by the end of this year.
Very awesome. Let's see. Alexis says, hello, any information from my mom, Jessica, or my mother-in-law, Suzanne?
Jessica comes first. She comes closer to you. And I think that was her mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see her. I'm wondering if she was into gardening or if she was outdoors in a garden a lot, because they're giving me images, and I feel like she's trying to communicate this to you, or that she's with you when you're outdoors gardening, or with you when you're out in a garden. She's a little bit of a more distant soul that's ascended to a level that feels really peaceful, but I see her as somebody that comes and watches you periodically. There's no sort of urgency or message that I'm getting that's overwhelming or sudden, like you need to know this. I don't get the connection with the mother-in-law. So I wasn't sure if she was deceased because I'm not getting her from up there. I'm just getting faint images of like photos of her. And there's also, you know, how do I answer this? Because we've got to steer clear of, I'll just say I need to steer clear of fertility areas and health related areas, but there is something that she's trying to show as if she's watching a child or she's watching a soul of a child.
Interesting. Alexis, if you have any other information, I'll try to look for that in the comments and see if we can do a little follow-up.
Thank you.
Let's see. Frederica, will I find a new partner, a man or a woman?
Woman, then man, then woman. So I think that, but they're saying that's necessary. Don't jump around and just start looking for women because they're showing back and forth, back and forth. You have 2 more years, almost 2 years, just a hair under 2 years before I see the one.
Very nice. Let's see. Mamie says, can I get a reading on love? His name is Gideon. So any information on her and Gideon's relationship?
Okay. So when I first start to connect with people and when I'm given their names, a lot of what will come up initially shows like distance or geographical distance. And the way I interpret that is that the primary issue is that there's going to be a long distance aspect of this relationship and how do we overcome that? So when I started to see the two of you, they're drawing me way off the southern coast of Florida, down in my geography is terrible, but down in that Caribbean area, and they just they keep showing him traveling. This is going to interfere with your relationship and the two of you being able to really solidify this. If you can withstand that schedule for the remainder of this year, you're going to make it through it. But my prediction, or what I would like to say, is it's really rocky, and I think you guys have about a 25% chance of this working because you just can't pin him down on one spot for very long this year. Next year would be a much better year to start the relationship.
Interesting. Alexis did have a follow-up. She said her mother-in-law, Suzanne, just recently passed away, and she does have a son. So that might be the connection that you were seeing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that, because I don't see her around you. It was like I'm looking at you, and then I see her watching a young soul, and so that makes sense. There's not that there's any concern, and I want to clarify because some people get worried if there's a departed loved one watching somebody here, watching a soul here. That's not cause for concern.
Nice. Jocelyn says, hello, my name is Jocelyn. Will me and Brad end up living together this year? And will he prosper? I think she meant propose to me before the end of the year.
Yes. I mean, those two situations are happening within a month and a half of each other. So what I can say is, this is a big surprise. This is something where I get the time frame and date. I can tell you that both of these things are going to be happening in the last 3 months of the year. But it is a really big surprise. So don't spoil it. Like, I already get that there's been something that was planned that was canceled, and I'm assuming that was pandemic, but they're showing me planning that's being redone and redone and redone. So don't go snooping.
Says Sean here, just lost my Chihuahua recently, really needing companionship. Will I ever meet my life partner or soulmate? I would love to know if it's Scott, and if Scott and I have a future. If not him, then who?
You do have a strong connection with Scott. Give me 1 second to watch this play out. This is a toughie. You will, if you choose to stay in this relationship, which I'm seeing this relationship just continuing, you will always be having this question in your mind of, is this person the right person? Am I with the right one? The answer is no. Like if this is this constant doubt that I'm getting still for another year, I would really encourage you to start looking, to make this point of start looking beyond the person that's in your life right now, because I don't see that being a future where you have this complete peace and resolve with them. And my heart goes out to you. We had to put our boxer down. We had a 13-year-old boxer. And so I'm really big on pet readings right now. If people are out there that want pet readings, because that's been a soft spot of mine lately. So thank you for sharing that. And I get a faint little soul there, but not enough to where I'm able to really communicate with your Chihuahua. But for anybody else out there, like pets, I've gotten really close with. So if you have a pet question, send it my way. But it's time for you to start looking for a new partner, a new physical partner now.
Tevin says, hello, I'm a voiceover artist and I just completed my voiceover demo reel on April 2nd, which will be ready hopefully by the end of the week. Do you see any agencies reaching out to me after they listen to my demo reel? If so, when?
Okay. They're showing me the very end of May. Okay, you're going to have one hit that's at the very end of May, and it fizzles out. They're wanting you to keep your options open until August. August is when I'm getting real interest. And I feel like this is, I don't believe he gave the genre, but it feels like it's a little bit different than just like top 40. Like there's music that I'm getting in the background, and they're showing me you're not going to be doing more mainstream stuff as what you've got a niche. You're going to have a niche, and I'm wondering if there's bilingual, but you've got a niche. And when I'm seeing you in August, that's when I get an agent and steady work. So you have until August.
Awesome. Taja or Tasia maybe, should I move on from my Sierra?
I'm listening. No, not yet. No, I'm just getting a no, but I'm waiting to get an image of why or why not, and they're just giving a no. So I'm wondering if you've got to be more discreet about this, because they're not giving me a lot of pictures and images. I just get a no.
We haven't really gotten a question like this before, and I'm not sure how you answer these, but is my boyfriend Donovan cheating on me, or am I being paranoid? This is from Lainey.
Yeah, and that was courageous of you to ask. It has not become physical. It's still in the phase of it being very emotional, very exciting, very charismatic. But I don't see that it's crossed the line into physical. And I mean, this is a question that's asked. I would say at least 10 to 20% of the calls on every shift. Really? So what you're asking is a very common question. And I don't take these kind of questions lightly. I mean, this is a question that requires a lot of discernment, and I appreciate your trust, but I don't see, I see the person, and I get the conversation, and I get the butterfly feeling and the energy, but I don't see the physical. So it's an emotional affair, which sometimes can be more concerning than a physical affair. So you need to keep your eye on this and start opening up for conversation. And you know, we're in such a short window of time to get through the depths of this issue. I'll be on later tonight if you want to talk, but you need to start talking because his attention's elsewhere right now.
Thank you, Lainey, very much for your question. Danielle says, will my oldest daughter come home for the summer?
Yes, but she's only there for about 3 weeks. So it's not all summer, but for 3 weeks, yes.
Before we go on to another question, I want to do a few announcements. We've been going for about 15 minutes now, and I'm getting my notes out over here. Very interesting is on our Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook right now, make sure you don't forget to go to our news feed, and on the top post we have it pinned. We have our Visualize the Possibilities contest. So it's a giveaway. All you have to do is tag a friend in the comments and like the post, and you are entered in to win a goal setting journal, some really cool pencils that it has seeds in it that whenever you plant the pencil, when you're done, it grows into a tree. Very cool. A crystal, a mug with a cute saying that says "You got this," and a necklace and a tarot deck. So this is our Visualize Your Possibilities giveaway. It's on our Facebook page right now. Make sure you enter because it will be closing soon. Also, next week we have our Tarot Live. As many of you that come here week to week, every week except for the third Monday, every Monday except for the third Monday of the month, we have our Facebook and YouTube Live. But on our third Monday, we have Tarot Live. And it's not on video, but this week, that week, it'll be Psychic Taylor, and she will be taking over all of our social media channels. So she'll be answering, people can comment with their questions. She'll pull a card on her end and comment with the answer. And my last update that I have is our Karma Rewards Day is coming. So everyone that has ever gotten a reading with California Psychics, you've probably heard of Karma Rewards. It's our loyalty program, free to sign up. Whenever you sign up, you automatically get a $20 balance added to your account, and you get points for reading with your favorite psychics and doing different things. And on KR Day, so KR Day is on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, you get extra points. So you can redeem up to 6 times the points in the California Psychics app. And if you connect, you won't regret it. Let's see, our next question.
Okay.
This is from Erin. Will I be married soon? I think she means will I be married to Brandon soon?
Yes, it will be this year, but I feel like it's towards the late summer, like September, early fall, and it looks like you guys are going to change that. And what looked like something that was going to be a bigger celebration now looks like something that's faster and more economical, and it's delayed just a little bit. So late summer.
Audrey says, I'm in a new relationship with Nick. Do I have a promising future?
No. Gosh, sorry. I really want to give you guys good readings. I want to, but I got to be honest. And what they're just showing me is I'm chasing this for months. Like, you're going to be in this relationship for the majority of this year. By late fall, early holiday this year, it just feels like it starts to fizzle out. But they are, this is where I get tongue-tied, because they're saying, but yet you're supposed to be in this relationship. And so if people think, well, if it's not going to work out, then I should bail now. But there are lessons to be learned. So it's one of the things about getting a psychic reading where there are predictions. And when you ask, then how does that change the decisions that you make? But you're still supposed to be in this, and you're supposed to be giving it an A for effort. It just seems like there's a lot of issues that start to surface by the end of this year, and you choose to start to separate.
I think that's really interesting that you pointed that out too, because relationships, I mean, everyone comes into your life for one reason or another, and whether it works out or not, is, is different, but learning from that relationship, there's always something to learn from it.
Yeah. And it's hard too when people want to know, and I always have to ask, is she supposed to, are you sure? And there's like a little bit of a dialogue that goes on and some of these questions. So if you really want to know, I will tell you.
Very interesting. So this next question, I know that certain psychics have different abilities and specialties, so I'm not sure if this is yours, but I wanted to pick it because I thought it was really interesting, and you can let me know. But Desiree is looking for her car key fob. Can you help? And so I know we have a lot of psychics that deal with lost objects.
Okay. Do you have a sister? Because here's how it works for me with lost objects. I get one chance. And the reason why is because I'll be shown an image or I'll be told something, and then I relay that. And what I got was, your sister has it, or is it at a sister's house, or a sister has it. And the minute I start to analyze that and I start to look at, okay, well, what does her house look like? What does this mean? It's like, poof, I lose it. And now I'm analyzing instead of it being psychically given to me. So your sister has it, or it's at your sister's house. Another person had it.
Ooh, I'm very interested. So Desiree, talk to your sister and get back to us, because I really want to know.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, and these are the questions that are going to keep me up at night when I.
Oh no!
I'll probably get the answer at like 3:00 tomorrow morning.
Ashley says, hello, what can I expect moving forward with this guy named Tommy? Do you see us getting back together soon?
Gosh. Yeah, that you're getting back together soon, and this is good. They just went ring ring, like, yeah, you've got a happy future.
Nice. Alexis says, will I find love this year? I recently just got my heart broken and would love to experience real love this time. Thank you. And my name is pronounced Alexis. And I appreciate that, because I always feel bad whenever I butcher people's names. So thank you.
Thank you. This is a situation where by fall, you're going to see how all these pieces fell into place, and you will be so much happier. Like, the man that I'm getting an image of is hot. Like, you will be very happy. The physical chemistry is off the chart. And then the way he's treating you, how kind he is, there's so much compatibility. You both become real extreme health nuts and working on physique and exercise. Like, you guys, this is a good one. This is worth it. So I'm sorry you're feeling the heartache, but September, by September, I see this relationship surfacing, and I keep being shown exercising together. So I'm steering you towards that direction, because I feel like that's how you're meeting.
Ooh, that's a juicy one.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's funny how I got so much information from this chemistry of this person. And usually when that happens, it's because somebody's really trying to work through this and really needs to feel and know. And I'm trying to do my best to communicate to you how good this feels, how spicy it feels.
Awesome. And before we go to the next one, I just want to send some love and thanks to everyone that is watching right now. Over on Facebook, we have people that are giving us some hearts. We have it from Mary Weaverling and Diana Pearson and Patricia Pacina. And let's see, who else is out watching? Teresa Garcia, Barbara Orendorf. And over on YouTube, we have Martha V and Isabella and Moon Lover and Asaya Hayes and Christina Baruso. So thank you all for watching. We couldn't do this without your viewers, so we really appreciate you all being here.
Yes.
Let's see the next one. Katrina says, will Pierre and I be together, and will we be happy?
Okay, this is another one where I start to get some distance issues. And I also feel like there's a job change with Pierre. And so they're showing me that there are going to be some complications. By 3 years, and the fact that I am told that and I can look that far out is a really good sign. You guys are going to make it, but by 3 years is when you feel like you can put your feet up, and when you feel like this is it, that you're happy, you've got a nice rhythm with the two of you in your relationship.
Nice.
Yeah.
Diamond asks, I'm relocating end of June. Will it be successful, and will my love interest stay a part of my life?
Yes. So yes and yes. Yes, the move is very essential, and they're showing me that the partnership, there's a little bit more flexibility in the partnership and their ability to bounce and relocate. And so the fact that you're taking what in your mind is kind of a little bit of a risk, and yes, you can do this, the relationship will trail. So you're going to be okay. And eventually I see summer of next year when the two of you can now permanently be together. And there might be hold on. There's an issue where they're not wanting to leave. And so I'm wondering if there's a family member, if there's a child, but they're saying that's going to resolve and that will be worked out. So they are showing that relationship by summer of next year will be in one place where you've relocated to. I think I answered all those questions.
That was perfect. Tatiana says, should I let go of a connection with Josh?
I feel it. Like I feel what's hanging you up. Gosh, you guys have just, it's like, I call these broken records where you just keep going through the same issues again and again. You will, I don't like to talk in absolutes, but it will be very, very unlikely that you will ever get out of this cycle that you're in. So if you enjoy this, then stay. Otherwise, it's time for you to exit the relationship, because you will keep doing this.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Christina says, hi, any information from my grandfather, Paul, or my grandmother, Jill?
Jill had this exquisite handwriting, and they're showing me this journal. And it was a journal that was kept from, I would say, maybe ages like 20, 30. I keep getting something about this journal. This is rare. You know, this is what we see in Hollywood, where it's like somebody wants you to have this lost object or this object that belonged to this deceased one. But I'm literally getting this journal that she was wanting you to have. And it's something about like rebuilding the community. And I think it's applicable to today in the pandemic and rebuilding after crises. And so they're showing like this journal and that helping you. Grandfather's energy has just this brightest smile when I started to see him. And then the grandmother is more of the disciplined, like this is going to help her. And you've got to find this journal, and it's got a black textured cover, probably about 5 by 7, and it's a thicker journal. And so she wants you to have this, get in touch with the other family members and see who's got this.
Very interesting. Man, there's so many follow-up stories I want. You'll have to come back and tell us
that's the hardest thing. You got to learn to just give the information and let it go and hope that it helps.
Lexi is our next person, and she says, I've been talking to a guy named Colin. Do you feel like this is going to go somewhere?
It is. You will discover that there's more issues with immaturity and differences, and just ready to not as ready to take on the responsibilities. But yeah, I mean, he will get there as long as you can accept that aspect of the personality. That's the one thing that's going to be a little bit of an issue. But by 2 years, you're going to see a big shift in that behavior and that maturity.
Brianna says, my boyfriend and I are looking to buy a house. Is this something that will happen this year?
Oh, it is possible. with so much frustration that I would rather going into this that you are going to feel frustrated, and that you see something and it's a yes. There's no waiting. There's no bickering with price. It's what's your max, put in you're just going to lose house after house and get really frustrated. So expect a little bit of that. And yes, it's still possible this year. If you're looking for that needle in a haystack, you're going to be looking for a long time. So this, I know, is a big, important goal for you, but you've got to make it happen.
Nice. I think that's also another great reason to get some insight from a psychic, because sometimes knowing these roadblocks ahead of time can just set you up for more success and not all the frustration that can go with it. So perfect question and answer for that example.
I'm getting a lot of those because, everybody's now on the move and life has changed. So there's a lot of house questions. And I love those.
Awesome. Tequila says, will me and Gabriel's relationship go forward?
Yes, there's still an X. There's still an X that's somewhat, I don't get worried because it's not something that I get images of physically being involved, but there's still an X in the situation. And it's just a little bit of an interference. So yes, the relationship will go forward, and that will trail off by fall time of this year. It's not going to be such an interference.
And then Fareed says, help me, please. I am a man. What does Xenon feel for me? I feel so connected to him. Will he start to talk to me again soon?
Okay. My initial follow-up question that I would have asked if we were talking by phone is if this is a situation that arose from a workplace situation, or how is it that you're in a context where you are around him a lot? Because what is going to self-sabotage this situation is that you're not giving him enough space. And I don't see that he's as eager or as ready. There is a chemistry, but it's like you're at 100 miles per hour and he's at 50 miles per hour. So there's got to be a little bit of a meeting of the minds here. And right now it's like he's backing off, and I'm getting this like, okay, I'm trying to minimize the communication and minimize the intensity. So if you do that, if you just back off a little bit, you're going to notice that the rhythm kind of develops and you find a happy medium for communication and more growing.
Interesting. So we're a little over halfway through. We'll probably do another 10 or 15 minutes of regular questions. And don't forget, everyone, we're going to be doing those rapid card tarot pools at the end, the last 15 or 20 minutes. So if you don't want to ask a specific question right now, wait for a little bit longer. But until we get there, our next question is, Frankie, please, does Chris have a message for me?
Okay, give me 1 second. The first there, I got flashes of images, so I'm going to very briefly show you what I got, and I'm hoping this makes sense. But I got this image of somebody dressed in like army, military dress attire, and they're showing me like I'm not getting the recognition, I'm not getting praised, I'm not getting recognized, and I feel like he's trying to talk about somebody else that's not getting noticed or not being commended for service. And then when I'm getting direct communication with you, it's a little bit more of a bitter, this is kind of a little rough personality or a rough energy that I'm getting that feels like it's more frustrated, like I'm not getting recognized, I'm not noticed, I'm not praised. I hope that means something to you, because in this brief amount of time, I'm trying to understand what that means. And I'm sorry. If you have any additional information, that would be helpful, because I'm not getting anything more than that. And it's an olive, older, like army color, not camo fatigues, but like a dress. So I think it's somebody that's older.
And then speaking of, if anyone wants to do a follow-up reading for you with you, or they didn't have a chance to get their question answered, what are your hours coming up?
So I will be on tonight starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time to 10 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay, very nice.
And then remainder of the week I have hours too, but
yeah.
For tonight I'll be on in about an hour and a half.
Perfect. Let's see. Vanessa says, hello, sweetie. Can you please tell me about my new relationship? He's a Gemini and I'm a Leo. His name is Matt.
Okay. So fun. Gosh, it feels like you guys are 20. They're showing me, I don't know if you are in the Southern California area, but they're showing me travel there. They're showing me travel south, Southern California area. And it just feels like you guys are 20 years old, this puppy love chemistry. He's a lot more shy than what you realize. You're getting this more forward demeanor where he's putting a lot of effort into showing you who he is, but he's actually a more reserved. And I believe Carly said you're the Leo, so you're going to notice this personality in him that's a lot more gregarious and forward, and then he starts to really introvert. And don't let that scare you. That's going to be a really nice balance. You're going to be more of the strong one in a relationship, and he will like that. He'll want to support you in that.
Awesome. Brittany says, how does Dwayne feel about our separation? Will we come back together again?
1, 2, 2. You have less than 2 more months that this is reconciled. So yes, you will be getting back together. I can't say that he's real remorseful right now. I think that this was a nice airing out of the relationship for him to come back a little more focused on you and focused on his effort or lack of effort that he used to put into the relationship. So this is headed in the right direction. You've got 2 more months.
Nice. We did get a few health questions recently, and I'm speaking to y'all. If you hear me saying this, I won't be able to pick any health questions, but if you have something else, please throw it in the comments, and I'll try to pick it. I wish she would have said her a name, but I'm going to go ahead and pick this one anyway, just because I felt drawn to it. Legine, I think. My boyfriend passed last month. Why can't I feel him?
Okay. So souls ascend at different rates, different time frames. This was a soul ascension that is still there. I believe in reincarnation. I don't see that he has left this from as far out as I can see. He's still there. Boy, the short answer to this is that you've got to quiet the noise. I mean, we live in a world where there's so much noise that I've got lots of exercises that I can help you with. But for the lack of time that we have to go over this in detail right now, try focusing more right before you're going to bed or right when you wake up. Your brain waves are going to be in a different state. So that's going to help you in being able to connect, and it will interfere less with your analytical brain. Once you're in that go, go, go frame of mind, it's going to be less likely that you'll feel him and connect with him when it's so far out. So he's not really communicating. I'd need to kind of pull that soul a little bit closer. But the other part to your question is that he doesn't really want to be brought back down. So when a soul is at this point, they're ready. They're like in line for what's next. So he's not really wanting to be brought back for ongoing conversation and mentoring and support. So as painful as this is for you, your time is running out. I hate to say this, but it's running out to be able to connect with him in his form that he's now in. He's going to start to ascend within another 3-4 weeks. I just feel they're giving me this timeline. it will be less likely. And I would almost encourage you to try to make peace. Ooh, you're going to make me teary. I'd almost encourage you to make peace with being able to let him go without necessarily feeling and getting that validation and acknowledgement from him.
Oh, that's a tough one, but that was a great explanation too, because I didn't really realize how all of that works. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you know, some souls are like when I was talking with the grandma with the book, it's like she was in your face. But then other soul, like it's they're ready. They don't want to be brought back.
Yeah. Let's see. Alex says, will my fiance and I get back together? If so, when? My name is Alexa Lozano.
You are a sweetheart. Oh, the answer to your question is yes, you're going to get back together, but you will have the choice. It will actually be up to you. I am shown communication that starts in, well, let me correct that. There will be ongoing communication that really picks up in summer. By this fall, early holiday, November-ish, you're now official, but you're not happy. I will keep it simple and say you could do better. You could find somebody that really loves you and appreciates your heart. You've just got so much love and your heart's in the right place, and hers is in a different place.
Rachel says, today I got fired from my job. My boss was very bully and harassing. Will I get a new job soon, please?
Yes, and I want to just say congratulations instead. I know that this is a shock. It's scary. You have 3 more weeks is when they're showing me an interview. You will have a new job offer by the end of May. And this is not a situation where I would really, I can't say that. I'd really think about pursuing anything legally. I would really think twice about pursuing anything legally, because it's either carrying a lot of this negativity with you for the next 2 years of your life versus just moving on and being so much happier. And it's not about the money. This is not a situation that you feel wronged, that keeping this energy in your life for the next couple of years, dwelling on something for hopes of financial recovery. I just don't see that that's really emotionally worth it. So I got to tiptoe around legal stuff, but I just see you will have a fast track to a new career position if you can just say, this is a blessing, and I'm going to go celebrate, have some friends over tonight, and toast to your new job, because this is a good thing.
Good. So we'll do one more question before we move over to the cards, but I thought this one was really sweet. Andrea B says, will my daughter and I have a happy, close life together? She's a baby now. Also, do my spirit guides have any messages for me? Virtual hug.
Yes. She is going to be a water baby. Her soul and connection is, I would encourage any sports or activities having to do with water. And I also get dance too, like water, dance. The hardest thing that you're going to deal with is just the finicky eating. And this is fascinating, because what they're showing me is you gotta give her some credit, because she will be a picky eater. But if you really pay attention to what she's eating and in toddler years and beyond, instead of just, you need to eat your vegetables, she's aware of what she's sensitive to. And so a lot of just stomach stuff, and I can't veer down into the area of medical, but she's going to teach you. She's going to be a teacher for you, and you will be very, very close. And I get a lot of connection around water, and specifically more ocean, and her dancing as a little toddler on the ocean. So yes, you will be close. And I just feel like you're supposed to know more about food and diet and nutrition. If this sparks your interest, I'll be available later to talk about it, and I'll remember you, and I'll be able to pick up where we left off here. But you will be very, very, very close.
Awesome. Wonderful story.
Spiritual guides have messages.
Oh yes, spirit.
I think those were that was given. I think those were your guides giving me messages for you to assist with raising your daughter.
Awesome. So we're going to switch over to tarot cards now. And for anyone that's just joining us, a reminder that this part of the show, you don't even have to ask a full question if you don't want to say someone's name or you don't want to talk about the situation, online. You can just ask for a random card or a love card or a career card, and Marin will pull that card and interpret it for you. But just to get everyone, I can't really clear the comments, so making sure that I'm picking questions for people that are still here. Go ahead and throw in, let me think of an emoji. It's a beautiful sunny day where I'm at. Throw in a sun or sunshine rays with your comment, and I'll be sure to choose one of those. We know that people are watching right now. So what type of cards do you want right now? Wait for those to clear. I don't see any suns right now. Oh, here's one. So Jennifer wants to know, will I get a new job soon? I passed my boards in February and I'm anxious for a new beginning.
Okay. Two of Wands, which is the searcher. So you are still going to be in a period of looking. October, you're going to temporarily take a position that they're showing me that is in May, but they're saying it's not fulfilling. You're going to have the permanent position that starts in October.
Nice. Let's see. Kesha wants a card about her career.
Okay. Oh, so we had this one last week, which is the 10 of Swords. And this is like, I described this card as the put a fork in me, because you're so done. You're so done. It should not be this difficult. Like this, I feel like you pursued something that you love, but I would need to be able to have a little bit more time talking to you to get more clarification on this. But you're in the right field. They're just showing that what you're trying to do and how you're trying to self-promote or what you're doing is not the best way of going about it.
Nisha says, my dad passed away 3 weeks ago. Any messages from him? Is he okay, or is his transition is he on his transition to his next journey?
This is a heart wrencher. So in comparison with the soul that we had earlier, he is about halfway, and it's not it's a sad, he doesn't want to leave. This is a lack of wanting to evolve, wanting to go. It just feels like everything was not in order and that there weren't enough goodbyes. There's still a little bit of a shock that I would say. And kind of this void. This is somebody that really would benefit from you helping to encourage them that things are in order here, and it's now time for you to transition. So he's really in a stuck place when I start to connect with him. Everybody's okay. It's time for him to go.
Victoria asked for a love and relationship card, please.
Okay. This is a heavy card. This often comes up when there is betrayal, when there's cheating. I'm trying to check in your situation. I don't see that. This is the Five of Swords, and I always give the name of the card so you can look it up. And California Psychics has a great online blog and way of searching. Carly can talk to you guys a little bit more about that and tell you how to search and use keywords to look up the definitions and meanings. They've got an awesome platform. But to finish reading on this card, this is the Five of Swords, which is like outright betrayal, because here this person has just stabbed them in the back and is looking over their shoulder like they're trying to rub it in. So this is a nasty card. This isn't a good card when it comes to relationships. I'm not getting a relationship where somebody's cheating on you, but it just looks like there's some strain in this relationship right now. Some lack of honesty. And I'll turn it over to you to be able to talk about our amazing blog posts. And
I would love to. So Marin was correct on our blog. If you go to californiapsychics.com/blog, in the search box, you can type in tarot card meaning or even just tarot card. We have one blog for every single tarot card in the deck, and it explains a general meaning, what the card means. It gives you a meaning if your question was about love, if your question was about your career, if your question was about finances. So it kind of breaks it down depending on what your question is, because we know that one card can have so many different meanings depending on what you're wanting to know. So yeah, that's at californiapsychics.com/blog. But also, I highly encourage everyone to download our free app. One, it's a great way to book your readings with Marin or any of our psychics, but we also have a tarot card section where you can shuffle like a virtual deck and then press down and it will give you your card and it'll give you some explanation as well. So you can do your own little tarot card readings on the go. So again, go to californiapsychics.com/blog or download our app today. Let's see. Lots of love questions. Love is in the air. So Suzanne wants a love card, please.
Spring fever it is. You've got the Queen of Wands, which is magical. She's got a little black cat seated down here by her feet. So this is somebody that just has all the power, all the tools, all the knowledge. It's a beautiful card, but it also in a love context represents more of a fiery lover, somebody that's a little more seasoned and mature. So I definitely feel that the sexual passion and chemistry in the air for you.
Awesome. Priya says, will Mantosh marry me in the coming year?
That is a thumbs down. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that, but following year, yes, just not this year.
Oh, that was good.
Coming year. Hold on. Let me correct that. This is in response to coming year. It's the following year. So I needed to correct what I said. Thumbs down for the coming year. Thumbs up for 2023.
Man, 2023, that sounds like such a futuristic number, even though we're only a couple of years away.
It's gonna happen fast.
Let's see. Lauren wants to know if she will be successful in her online business.
Okay. Lauren. This came up in a reversed context. It is the King of Cups. And this may not seem like it's relative or it applies, but I would direct you when the cards involving Kings, Queen, Page, Knights, we call those the court cards. And so I would look at, were you considering partnering with a male? Are you trying to get finance from somebody that you were communicating with? The message at this card that it would be a little bit trickier to get on its face is it's more important for you to go alone in this, for you to do this on your own, to not be seeking the partnership and the collaboration of specifically a male that's entering into your life, that you've got this, that you can do this on your own.
Awesome. couple of quick reminders before we have the last few minutes and answer some more questions. But remember, our Karma Rewards Day is on Wednesday and Thursday, so be sure to get readings and redeem your points on those days. Next week is our Tarot Live with Psychic Tyler. I said Taylor earlier. I meant to say Tyler, so sorry about that. Psychic Tyler will be taking over all of our social media sites next week and answering or commenting back to questions from our California Psychics profiles, which reminds me, if you ever get anyone saying that they can give you a reading or, pay this amount of money and we'll do a reading for you in the comments of these Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives, just know that's not coming from any of our California Psychics readers. None of them will ever contact you through their personal Facebooks or YouTube. So only California Psychics will respond. Anyone else is not affiliated with us. I want to point that out because we've had a lot of people commenting and responding saying that they can help you. It's not us, just letting you know. And then the last reminder is our Visualize Possibilities giveaway. So that's on our Facebook page right now. We pinned it to the top. So as soon as you get there, it lists out all the cool prizes as well as giving you instructions on how to enter. All you have to do is like the post on Facebook and like the post, share it, and tag a friend in the comments, and you're entered to win. It's really cool and super easy. So I highly encourage you to do that right after we sign off. Not now. We still have a few questions. So the next one we're going to do is from Tanya. Should I take the promotion at work?
Oh, that is a heck yes. That is an Ace of Coins or Ace of Pentacles. So that is an absolute yes.
Awesome. I love those quick affirmations. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shanette just wants a general card, please.
Ooh. Three of Swords in an upright position. Like it's active heartache.
Wow. Shanette, if you need a little bit more information, be sure to give Marin a call later and she can help explain that one a little more. Chrissy, can she get a card for some guidance?
She sure can. You've got the Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. So this is community coming together. Collaboration often comes up when somebody's considering building a home or anything that's physically structure building. This is a positive card.
Nice. Veronica would love a love card.
All right. So Veronica, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is kind of, it's monotonous. It's boring. It's stagnation. It's doing the same thing over and over again without a lot of change, which, it could be comfortable, but maybe a little bit of a rut.
Amna would love a love card.
Oh, I love this one. This is the Six of Cups. And you could look up the definition of the Six of Cups, but one of the things that you might not be able to interpret as much is that there's a real nostalgia in this card. And so the even though the imagery is of a older woman giving a younger woman a gift of flowers, the underlying meaning is that there's a soul connection in this card, that there's a nostalgia, like high school sweetheart energy. It often does symbolize soul connections and soul mates, but this is something that you kind of have to read between the lines just a little bit to really get that meaning. But when it comes up for me, because of what this card means to me personally, this is a really good one for this deck. And when somebody asks and you get this card, there's a soul connection, nostalgic love in your life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This next one says, my name is Nita and my ex is Dale. Will we get back on track and be happy?
Yes, you will. And the card, so this is an answer that you're getting a yes, which is the Six of Wands. But what they were telling me was this may be in a little bit of conflict because it's going to take you to the end of the year before you feel this way. So although it's headed in this direction and this is the end result, you've still got till about November, December that you're really feeling like you're on the horse and everybody's cheering and celebrating, which is translated as when you're recognized, when you're acknowledged, and feel spoiled in the relationship.
We have 1 more minute left. Let's see if we can get in 1 or 2. We'll see. Megan says, card, please.
We had to get this one in. This is the 4 of Wands. This is the happily ever after card. So Megan, you got the happily ever after that everybody wants to get.
Aw. Okay, we'll do 1 more. It's on time, but I'm feeling very generous. So let's do Melissa. She would like a card on career.
Oh, Ace of Cups, which is like you just being handed abundance and opportunity on a silver platter. This is like a divine hand from the heavens saying it's all yours. You've got the Holy Grail. So good. We ended on a positive note.
Yay, I love it. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It was a wonderful hour. And remember, next week we will be doing our tarot card pool. So we won't be on camera, but we'll Psychic Tyler will be behind the scenes answering all of your questions. So be sure to check us out. And then the following Monday, we'll be back to our Facebook and YouTube live stream. So we'll see you all then. Marin, thank you as always for being with us. We highly love you always coming and sharing your time with us. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And I'll be on in an hour and see you in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.